Hello and welcome back to the For the Badge podcast. It's been a wild couple of days in the Champions League, but go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and get the notification bell on for all the upcoming videos. All right, we'll start at Anfield, where I thought they started well, actually.
I thought they came out the gate
For
flying.
20 minutes. For 20 minutes, they were there.
They had it. They had the whole game in 20 minutes.
Who?
Who?
Liverpool. For 20 minutes, they were there.
It
was back and forth.
They showed up for
back
20
and
minutes.
forth, back and forth. They showed like they were gonna go toe to toe. I never thought that Madrid were down and out, but Nunez has finally contributed in 3 straight games.
They started to get him fired.
He got an assist, and then he's scored a couple of decent goals.
How I knew Liverpool were going to lose this game was the Darwin Nunez goal. I was like, my man scored. They're going to lose the game.
That's harsh.
No, but they did. They looked like they were going to go toe-to-toe with Madrid here. I was shocked, really. I think everyone was shocked. I think Madrid was even shocked that they came out this.
Thibaut Courtois looked shocked for that second goal.
Right?
Oh, goodness.
I just felt like Madrid slowly but surely turned it on, and then once the floodgate opened, Alisson, I truly, from what I think, Alisson owes every Liverpool player an apology after this game.
I mean, but this is the way the game planned out. What's up, Patrick? The way the game played out was classic Ancelotti Madrid.
Right.
Because it's the same thing they did to Chelsea last season. The same thing they did to City last season. It was kind of okay, now we know what's in front of us. Yeah, okay, we gave 2 goals. But now we're just going to shred you. We're just going to rip you apart. And when Benzema decides that he's gonna do it, I mean, who's stopping him? The way, like, I noticed he started to drop deeper into the midfield to try to get the ball. I think it was at it was already 3-2. He's just like, I want a goal. I want to score. And he just took control and got the last two goals.
And in typical Benzema fashion, after, in these rounds leading up to the later rounds of this tournament, Lewis hit on it right before we started. This is their tournament. Like, Benzema, they're returning champions. They need to make a statement. Benzema made his name and got the Ballon d'Or because of this tournament. His showing here. If it's not broke, don't try to fix it. Just let my man rein him in and bring in all the glory from Madrid. And like you said, he commanded the game. He wanted one. He went and got one.
He got 2.
The hunger's still there, and he got another. Right, he got 2. It's just
we can't sleep on Vinny though.
No,
Vinicius,
lightning.
Wow,
it's hard to believe Mud Dog's faster than him because it does not look like it.
There's no way.
On paper,
no way Mudryk is faster than Vinicius.
Mud Dog has ran faster than Vinicius.
Yeah.
Top speed to top speed.
And it means absolutely nothing because
nothing.
In one has a final product, and that's all that matters.
Right. All that matters is the conversion. But yeah, it's just this dude's light. Like, we talk about Kylian Mbappe being fast. Vinicius Jr. is fast.
The thing you notice about Go ahead, Patrick.
What about that goal? I mean, that was an incredible goal. Like, me and Jake were watching it last night, and I was blown away because Alisson, he covered his post well, but the ball was a thunderbolt for one, but 2, he just placed it absolutely perfectly. So talk about the speed, and I think that's the one thing about Mudryk is that he's got the speed, but he doesn't have the product yet. Vinny's got it all. He's got the speed, he's got the product, and yeah, exactly. That's exactly why he's at Madrid, because they knew exactly what they were getting, and And I remember when they got him, there was a lot of concern because he was struggling at first, but good thing they didn't sell him early because he is ridiculously good.
One thing you notice about Madrid is every single one of them are so calm on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They're so technically gifted. Those little tiny spaces, those little cuts that get them open for that kind of an angle. Yeah, for me, they're the team to beat in the Champions League so far this season.
It's their tournament. And the funny thing about that is that, I mean, I was actually glad to see Liverpool start out the way they did, because as much as, it's easy to, kind of hate on them, especially when they're down, you do want life out of your competition. So I think football is better when Liverpool are at least competitive, And I mean, Real Madrid are Real Madrid. And it's funny because in the league, obviously, Barcelona has a pretty significant lead on them. But I think Madrid has shown that they don't have to win the league, because the Champions League is their tournament. And, City is like trying to function like a fake Real Madrid, but Real Madrid are the real deal. And I mean, it's funny because I think the reason people have underestimated them is because they had Ronaldo so long, they're not rating the names. And Real Madrid has always been about the names. And some names hasn't gone there. And so when Benzema won the Ballon d'Or, people's like, yeah, he's the name. But then you're like, he's kind of long in the tooth. And you're like, but there's guys there. Real Madrid has never run out of guys. Ever.
No, they'll always. No.
They'll never run out of guys.
It's arguably the biggest club in the world.
It is. I'm not
it is.
Arguably, it is. There's no club bigger than Real Madrid.
Hey, yeah, speaking of names, I know he's not on the score sheet, and you score 5, so you don't really get recognition, but Luka. He was immense. He was immense in this game.
Well, what's funny is that Luka's like 36, I think, or something.
Oh yeah, he's older than us.
But here's the funny thing about that is Luka being 36 is fun for the following reason. Do you know how many good players are waiting behind him to play at that team? That's how good they are. He's so good that he's making mid-20 prime guys wait.
Yep. Wait. Well, you're never gonna take the mind that Luka Modric brings into, like, me and Jake's talked about this before in detail. Arguably, he is. Again, people are gonna get mad at me for this. He's up there with Zidane in midfield playing ability. If Luka wins the World Cup over France with that Croatian squad, there'd be no argument. There'd be no argument.
Winning the World Cup with Croatia is
no argument
by itself. Yeah.
The fact that he went to that final, to me, shows, because that was it. He was the bread and butter backbone of that team. And
I mean, that was a strong team in 2020.
It was a very strong team. I'll say this about Luka.
I'm a huge Luka Modric.
Oh yeah, I love Luka.
Love Luka.
And looking
even though he was a Spurs at one time.
Okay, everyone.
Well, there was a funny stat. I saw it today on Twitter. It said Luka Modric left Spurs, I think, at 27 or 28. And from that period, he won 29 trophies.
Jesus.
29 trophies after he left.
Jesus.
He's 37, by the way.
Okay. But think about that. So he left there roughly 10 years ago and won 29 trophies in that span.
Monster.
And it's funny because I just looked at the lineup. Real Madrid had 3 guys over 30. 3. The rest of the team is 25 or younger.
Who? Benzema, Luka,
Modric,
Alaba. But he can't.
Alaba. Okay.
Got hurt.
Wow. Well, and y'all may have already discussed things, but that I think that's the thing about Real Madrid is the Galacticos idea, right? And I think it was Perez that came up with that, and I think honestly that's kind of what Chelsea's trying to do, but with young guys. And who knows if it's going to work? We will see. But everybody should try to emulate Real Madrid. But
Try.
the thing is you're not going to be able to because they're just that special.
Well, not only that, I'm going to add on to what you said, Patrick. Man United had the potential to be that because they spend money like that, but their arrogance is the reason that they struggle because their ownership is not Perez. Now, the world may dislike him for who he is, but the man knows what he's doing. He absolutely knows what he's doing. And if Man United had someone running their show like Perez, Man United would be their rivals one-on-one. And there would be no one would, the FA wouldn't care. No one would care because Man United would be sitting on top of the Premier League every year because of that. But they're not run by someone like that because they want to make money off the team. And they're ignoring that they're going to make money anyways.
Right. 100%.
So but
and that's why they only have certain pieces that are the best in the world. Just certain pieces.
But think about like the desperate part, right? We're going to get to Man United's awesomeness if we do cover Europa and how wonderful they are. But the thing that's weird is you never see Real Madrid go after an old legacy name guy.
No.
You never do it.
No.
You got to be able to play there.
Right. You build the legacy there. They don't bring you in. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So for example, and I say this, and this is huge, because if Mbappe had gone there, which I think he should have,
he still might.
But I mean, the way he rejected them, I might have some sour grapes on that.
Might cost him. I don't know, bro. If you're Real Madrid, and Mbappe knows this, if you're Real Madrid, you're gonna take down on the chin and sign this man if he wants to come play for you.
But you think you got Vinny there? You realistically, can you go?
Rodrigo.
Can you get
Rodrigo's growing?
Right, but
can you just put Mbappe at the 9 and just tell him to go with all 3 of those? They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
But the rumor is that Harry Kane may get bought there, which I don't see.
That doesn't seem to fit.
But I don't see him leaving England.
I disagree because literally his life. You think he scores goal? You know how easy his life would be if all he has to do is just run and shoot.
Oh yeah,
that's all he has to do.
Well, he might go to Barcelona because Lewe is looking like a freaking bag of.
No way. If it's Madrid or Barca, who's he choosing? Come on,
he's going to Madrid.
Lewandowski is he's 34 or something like that. Harry Kane is literally in the prime of his career. That's different. If Harry Kane went to Real Madrid, you can go ahead and shut up shop on the Champions League. You could. You shut it up. Shut up shop because they'll win it every year.
Yeah. Well, they are the team to beat, but this season as well. And but Napoli also played Frankfurt. Patrick watched this one.
Oh, that was a fun one. I'm telling you, Napoli had 2 fantastic goals, and they had a third that was called off. But that second goal was nasty. I mean, it was just it was a dribble into the box, back heel, slotted into the corner. I mean, fantastic. I came away even more impressed with Napoli than I thought. And their striker, Osman, dude is legit. He's got speed. He can finish. Like he's not like Lukaku over at when he played for Inter and it was kind of fool's gold. This dude can run.
Fool's gold. I like it. I like it. That's what the Romelu Lukaku is. That's a perfect way to describe it.
And if it wasn't for Kevin Trapp, this is 6-0 easily. Wow. Dude made some incredible saves.
And I saw some of the highlights of that game. And they're a seasoned team too. Like they know exactly who they need to fit their system. They got guys right at the right time in their career. So their window might be 2-3 years, but they have completely said, hey, we're gonna take advantage of this 2-3 years and we're gonna run over everybody. And I appreciate it. Even though I don't personally like the ownership because they take too long selling players, but that's a different thing.
Oh, yes. Well, I was going to point this out. I was reading this on Twitter from one of the Serie A guys that I follow, and they were talking about how Napoli was able to hold on Koulibaly until pretty much the end of his career.
His career.
Yep.
And they've got a guy now, I can't remember his name, that they're like, I don't think he's going to last as long as Koulibaly did, that this ownership's not going to be able to hold on to him. He's just that good, and people will deal with the ownership to get him.
Who, Rahimi?
Huh?
What is his Rahmani?
I'd have to look. I'll tell you in a second. But yeah, I came away just even more impressed with Napoli, and y'all know I was singing their praises even prior to it, but they look like I now want either Real Napoli or Napoli and Bayern to play, because that'd be a fun one.
Why not just? I mean, it's Champions League. Let's have our cake and eat it too. Let's put Real Madrid against everybody,
Works for me.
and then
What
we have
happened?
to play City in the final.
Just let them go and steamroll everybody in the
Beat
process.
Bayern, beat Napoli, and then City. So we get
City
Madrid.
got to get out of this round, man.
I mean, I'm
hopeful.
I'm just blown away that they went down 2 goals and then they went and put a 5 spot up.
Yeah, it's their turn, like you say.
In the Champions League. I don't care what form Liverpool's in.
Blockbuster is what this is. It's just everyone in the world's gonna go look at the highlight. Everyone in the world's gonna go look at those goals. Because it's Real Liverpool. It's 2 big clashes. It's just it has the makings again to just elevate that Real Madrid. They did it.
They said, "Hey, you can have a 2-goal lead at your place, and
we'll spot you 2 goals.
Yeah, we'll spot you 2.
Thibaut Courtois spots Salah goal.
I've done this in FIFA. To make the kid not quit, and then in the last half just absolutely obliterate, just because I need him to not quit. Like it's been there. Like I've done this, but Real's doing this in real life, which is scary to me because there's no like.
Oh wow! I've got the highlights pulled. I was watching the.
Oh yeah, dude, they're dirty.
But yeah, I definitely think that Frankfurt won the Europa League last season. I think they've been good in Champions League at least. I obviously haven't seen any Bundesliga, but oh god, that's a bad foul for the penalty kick. But yeah, even just looking at the statistics as well, you can see this game was all Napoli, and it's in Germany. I definitely don't see Frankfurt going to Italy and getting a result.
Oh no,
the red card did anything, Patrick?
No, not really. I mean, I think that they were overrunning them to begin with, and it was a really, really bad foul.
Was it straight red?
Yeah, it was straight red. It was a stamp on the foot that he just he carried that sucker over. Like there was no oh, he accidentally did that. No, he carried it over, and I don't think it would have made any difference, honestly. They were just so much better than them.
That's rough. Yeah. Well, Napoli roll on. Look like they maybe might even rest some players in the return fixture. 2-0 seems a little bit flattering for Frankfurt, really. Would you say?
Yeah, I would agree completely. I thought that, like I said, if it wasn't for Kevin Trapp, this is 5-6 easily. I mean, he made some really good saves along the way. There was a point in the match where Napoli was kind of letting Frankfurt do its thing just so that they could counter them. So poor. I mean, just destroy them on the counter.
Yeah, good grief. Well, in another game in the Champions League that I think the goalkeeper was immense, which is not something I expected, was the Inter Porto game. I watched like a 20-minute highlight of this. CBS has been doing these really long extended highlights, and this one, Porto, not only should they have scored, but the goalkeeper has made some incredible saves. One of them was I thought it was in, and he's reached back and swiped his arm up like this, and somehow kept it out of the line. Like the ref looked at his watch to see if the light was on his arm for the goal line technology, because the ref thought it was a goal.
The ref
And
thought
he
it.
somehow, with a huge hand, kept it out.
No.
But yeah, the story of this game, our boy Romelu Lukaku gets the winner.
It's the winner.
Oh yeah.
Oh baby.
Gets the
Actually, the
winner.
story of this game is, why is it that anytime there's a night game in Italy, somebody throws a smoke bomb? There's like smoke all at every stadium. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's a nighttime game in the Serie A, there's like flares and smoke, and it's
Smoke
like
them out. Smoke them
It's
out.
just
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
it
a
is.
party. That's all it is. It's a
Party, man,
bundled
yeah.
party.
Yo, I'm
At the
telling
San
you,
Siro.
there's 2 leagues that if I like was brought up in and played in and had a hometown, I would not leave Series A. I would not leave a Serie A team. I would be like my boy Francisco Totti and just this is it. This is it. I'm a hometown hero, and the Bundesliga, because their crowd, like, they bring such a culture
that
to
Dortmund
each.
crowd, yo.
Bro, that's an
Dortmund
iconic. That's
That
an
yellow
iconic.
wall is
That's
ridiculous.
just
No,
again,
so-
yeah. But I would never leave. Like, if I was a Dortmund player, like Marco Reus, don't blame him whatsoever. You're not getting me out of Borussia Dortmund. I don't care if we win or if, like, we're competing, we have fun, we have good games. Look at this crowd. You get to go play in front of that every time you line up out the field.
It's Kim, by the way, for Napoli.
Yeah, I was looking at that. He's 26, South Korea.
26. But supposedly he is just bossing it for him.
Yeah, I saw his rating was like 8.9.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think getting back to the Inter Porto game, I think both of them kind of underwhelmed. That's kind of what you expect from after seeing the group stage. Even the goal, I mean, this might be nitpicky, but the first chance, which is a sitter, he's knocked it off the post, and then it's luckily come right back to him, and he's able to dump it in while the goalie's laying on the ground. I wasn't,
Classic Lukaku.
such
There is
things.
no luck when it comes to Lukaku.
Yeah. Oh, we noticed that in the
No,
World.
yeah, I was about to say, if there was any shred of luck in that man, you don't blast it into C19
Yeah.
2 yards away from the byline.
I think he passed his curse on to everyone at Chelsea. He's cursed all the
Did
shooters.
he wear the 9? He wore the 9.
Did he wear 9? I think he wore 10 for no. Hazard.
No, he wore the
Hazard
9.
wore the 10. No, he had our 9. That's part of
He
the
wore
curse.
the 9. The 9 is cursed. I'm telling you.
9's cursed.
It is. Might have to burn it.
Yeah, you might want to just.
Suarez wore the
We
9.
talked. No. Didn't Eto wear our 9?
Now has the 9.
No, didn't Eto wear our 9?
Eto wore a 9, but he got
Eto
hurt
did.
too.
Eto got hurt, but he did fine.
Well, Eto is.
Well, yeah.
Right.
But I don't
On that
think,
note,
Anyway.
I don't think either of those teams are going to be able to beat Madrid. Hope you
Oh, no.
have enjoyed it as much as I have.
We've
Go ahead and
decided.
hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, get that notification bell on. We'll have plenty more videos coming at you. Have a good night.